Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Darren questions Frankie about Kat, expressing concerns over why a stranger is hanging around with younger people. Later, Darren and Nancy's anniversary meal is interrupted when they hear loud music from Dylan's party. Darren worries about Frankie, so goes to check on her. At the party, Darren pulls Kat aside and makes it clear that Frankie is his daughter. Frankie worries about Darren meddling when she sees them talking. Darren decides to join the party, wanting to prove to Frankie that he's not boring. Meanwhile, Diane asks D.I. Banks for help when she discovers Rose bruises. The world of Hollyoaks never slows down, and fans are in for another gripping storyline as Darren Osborne, played by Ashley Taylor Dawson, finds himself entangled in a web of secrets and lies. At the center of it all, Kat, portrayed by Jessie Wallace, whose sudden arrival in the village has sparked curiosity and soon suspicion. In this exclusive deep dive, we break down the twists and turns that are set to keep viewers on the edge of their seats. Chapter 1. The Arrival of Kat. When Kat first arrived in Hollyoaks, she was charming, confident, and seemed to have an air of mystery about her. At first, Darren, like many in the village, was intrigued by her vibrant personality and captivating stories. But as the days turned into weeks, Darren began to notice cracks in Kat's facade. There's this energy that Kat brings to the village, and Darren finds himself drawn to her, Ashley Taylor Dawson shares. But Darren's no stranger to deception, and something about Kat just doesn't add up. Kat's backstory remains vague. She claims to be escaping a troubled past, but her reluctance to share details raises red flags for Darren. He can't help but wonder if Kat is running from something more dangerous than she's letting on. Chapter 2. Strange Behavior and Hidden Clues. Darren's suspicions are heightened when he witnesses Kat in a heated conversation with an unknown man near the dock in the pond pub. It's a brief encounter, but Darren can tell there's history there, Dawson explains. It's enough to plant the seed of doubt in his mind. Later, Darren overhears Kat on a tense phone call. She mentions needing one more week and keeping things quiet. When Darren casually asks her about the call, she brushes it off, claiming it was a misunderstanding with a family member. Determined to get to the bottom of things, Darren starts paying closer attention to Kat's movements. He notices that she frequently leaves the village for hours at a time, always returning with vague excuses. Chapter 3. The Confrontation. Unable to contain his curiosity any longer, Darren confronts Kat directly. "You've been acting weird lately," he says, frustration evident in his voice. "I get that you might have your secrets, but if you're bringing trouble to this village, we need to know." Kat's response is defensive. "You don't know what you're talking about," she snaps. "Not everything is your business, Darren." The confrontation leaves Darren more determined than ever to uncover the truth. Darren's protective nature kicks in, Dawson shares. He's always been someone who looks out for his family and friends, and he can't stand the thought of danger lurking in the village. Chapter 4. Enlisting Help. Realizing he can't do this alone, Darren enlists the help of his best friend, Nancy, Jessica Fox. Nancy, ever the voice of reason, advises Darren to tread carefully. "We don't want to accuse Kat of something without proof," she warns, "but I'll help you look into this." The duo begins their investigation by talking to other villagers. They discover that Kat has been asking unusual questions about local businesses and their owners. One shopkeeper even claims that Kat offered to buy the store for cash. "That was a big red flag for Darren," Dawson says. "Why would someone new to the village be so interested in buying property?" Chapter 5. The Revelation. As Darren and Nancy dig deeper, they uncover a shocking piece of information. Kat has ties to a notorious crime syndicate operating in the neighboring town. Her sudden appearance in Hollyoaks may not be as innocent as it seems. The stakes get really high at this point, Dawson teases. Darren realizes that if Kat is involved with dangerous people, the whole village could be at risk. Determined to confront Kat one last time, Darren follows her to a secluded location on the outskirts of the village. There, he witnesses her meeting with a man who appears to be a high-ranking member of the crime syndicate. Chapter 6: The Shocking Twist. Just as Darren is about to reveal himself, Kat turns the tables. "I know you've been following me," she says, her voice cold. "You have no idea what you're getting yourself into." Kat confesses that she's been working undercover to take down the syndicate. "I'm not the villain here, Darren," she insists. "I'm trying to protect this village, but if you blow my cover, we're all in danger." Darren is stunned. "Why didn't you just tell me?" he asks. "Because the fewer people who know, the safer everyone is," Kat explains. Chapter 7: An Unlikely Alliance. Reluctantly, Darren agrees to keep Kat's secret. "But if anything happens to my family or this village, I won't hesitate to expose you," he warns. Kat nods, understanding the weight of his words. "I wouldn't expect anything less." The two form an unlikely alliance, working together to gather evidence against the syndicate while keeping the village safe. "It's a dynamic we haven't seen before," Dawson shares. Darren and Kat have this tense but compelling partnership that adds a whole new layer to the story. Chapter 8: The Final Showdown. As the storyline reaches its climax, Darren and Kat's efforts come to a head. In a dramatic showdown, they confront the syndicate leader, risking their lives to bring him to justice. "It's one of the most intense sequences we've ever filmed," Dawson reveals. "There are moments where you genuinely don't know if Darren and Kat will make it out alive." The showdown ends with the syndicate leader's arrest, thanks to the evidence Darren and Kat collected. The village is safe once again, but not without lasting scars. Chapter 9: A New Beginning. In the aftermath, Darren and Kat share a quiet moment. "Thank you," she says softly. "You didn't have to help me, but you did." "That's what we do here," Darren replies with a smile. "We look out for each other." As Kat prepares to leave the village, Darren reflects on the journey they've been through. "It's a bittersweet ending," Dawson admits. But it's also a new beginning for Darren, who's learned that sometimes trust can come from the most unexpected places. What's next for Darren? While Kat's departure marks the end of this chapter, Darren's story is far from over. This experience changes him, Dawson teases. He's more cautious, but also more willing to take risks for the people he cares about. As Hollyoaks continues to deliver heart-stopping drama, fans can rest assured that Darren Osborne will always be at the center of the action. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our Hollyoaks Update YouTube channel for more update news.